My silly orc SM just made me a churnier. So I text my landlord/F buddy, who I'd be sending the pics to, and I asked what he wanted to do to me. He says that I can either go to his room and he can use my throat, or he'll F me, but it has to be in the shared common area of our house. I don't want either of those options, and I'm feeling bratty, so I reply that they're both boring and so I'm going to have a nap instead. A few seconds later I hear him coming up the stairs, so I jump into bed and pretend to be asleep, my wimp dripping in anticipation of my punishment. He comes upstairs, enters my room and immediately forces his pee into my throat. I love the feeling of him using me roughly and not giving me a chance to breathe. When I pull back for a breath I see that he's got the electro knife in his hand. Instant fear and instant arousal run through me. I push myself back into his pee, making sure to throat his pee as deep as I can, while the fear of being shocked goes straight to my crotch. After taking it deep for as long as I can, he tells me to bend over. I immediately comply with his orders, presenting my SS for whatever he wants to do with it. The anticipation makes me feel like my body is on fire and I effing love it. My head is fuzzy with arousal. He lands a hard slap on my SS, but instead of squirming away, I push into him instead. More blows rain down, and I can feel myself going deeper and deeper into the pleasure with each one. Once my SS is nice and red, he starts effing me hard in doggy. It's embarrassing, but I was so worked up and desperate for his pee that I came immediately as he put his pee in me. He keeps pounding me through the pleasure and I'm seeing stars with how amazing it feels. He's going rough, pounding me deep, spanking my SS, and it's incredible. I only wish I had some clamps to hurt my nipples as my TTS sway back and forth. Occasionally he pulls out of me and pushes his pee against my a-hole, threatening to ignore my hard limit of anal. I get scared, wondering if he's actually going to force his pee inside of me, but part of me wants him to do it. His pee is wet enough for my juices. My heart races faster as I wander. I would have been satisfied if our session ended there, but he tells me to get up and get in front of the window. The position isn't the most comfortable, but the act of being such a SLT and the thought of being seen sends sparks to my wimp and I want to see M again. He starts effing me hard as we watch the people below. A girl passed near our window and I tried to hide, but he pulls me by my hair so my bouncing TTS are displayed as he uses my a-hole. I was so scared, wondering if she'd look up and see me, my tongue out and panting, but I'm so turned on that I can hear my juices. It's humiliating, but that only turns me on more. I feel like such a WHRE and it's incredible. I wish more people would walk past to see me. I lose track of how many times I see M in this position. It's just wave after wave of SLT pleasure and I can't think of anything better. After a while I'm dragged back to the bed and forced to ride him. I can hear my sloppy wimp as I bounce up and down. My thighs burn, but the thought of the knife keeps me going. I try to bring myself to another orgasm, but I never can in this position. It's always just out of reach. He grabs my hips and forces me up and down on his pee and I hope he's enjoying the view of my SS from behind. I wish I was better at riding so I could make him see M this way. Then it's back to the window. He pinches and pulls at my nipples, making me see M again. My wimp is so overstimulated at this point, I ask him to spank me, craving the pain, and he spanks me hard. Despite the forcefulness, I'm far enough into subspace that I feel no pain, only pleasure. He stops too soon, but I soon forget about that as he enters me again, dragging me by the nipples so I'm bouncing on his pee standing up. My nipples burn as he F's me again and my brain is empty, thinking about nothing except how amazing he makes me feel. My tongue is out and I can see my reflection slightly in the window, and seeing how SLT I look makes me even more turned on. Sometimes I'm embarrassed about how much of an exhibitionist I am, but not today. I absolutely love being a SLT, masochist WHRE, and I'm so grateful I have someone who I can be that with, and who is constantly pushing my limits and giving me endless amounts of pleasure. He pulls out of me and tells me to get on my knees, so I immediately do, and open my mouth ready for his CM. He CMs all over my mouth and TTS, and then forces me to clean his pee. Once done, he forces me to clean the cold CM from his hand, which is gross, but I willingly and eagerly do it anyway because I love how filthy it makes me feel. I'm so far gone into the pleasure that there's not much I wouldn't do. He leaves to clean himself up and I stay on the floor for a while as I come down from the high that is incredible intimacy.